Welcome back into the 5 Sports Show, everybody. Cam Murray here again for another live reaction. This time, a win in Milan Puskar Stadium, the first since the Backyard Brawl, and West Virginia now is 4-6 on the season after beating Colorado 29-22. In that game, now started slow, but the action was actually, it didn't take too long to see any action as there was a blocked punt that turned into 2 points for West Virginia, and they had a 2-0 early lead. And from there, the West Virginia defense really took charge of this game early, getting at Julian Lewis at every opportunity they could. And in this game, they had 7 total sacks. 7 total sacks in this one game, and it was a great game from Reed Carrico, Ben Bogle, a bunch of the guys up front, and especially, the linebacker group was really having a great day and disrupting the pass game for Colorado and also stopping their run attack as well. And West Virginia, offensively, was moving the ball kind of at a similar rate we've seen all season with Scotty Fox. Some good plays, some not so good. Not a lot of deep opportunities in this game, but the short passing game and sticking with the run allowed West Virginia to really take charge in this game and ultimately take down Colorado. Now, there was a few mistakes. Scotty Fox did make some errant throws that turned into interceptions, and those can be cleaned up. But across the board, defensively, a unit that all year long we'd kind of been ragging on. And to be fair, there had been times this season where the defense really did not look great, and times this season where the defense was letting the offense down. Other times, obviously, the offense let the defense down, but that's a whole different story. Today, both sides of the ball, all 3 phases actually, special teams, defense, and offense, all played exceptional. Now, Colorado is not one of the best teams in the Big 12, but a win is a win in Big 12 play. You just beat Houston last week, and then you beat Colorado this week, back-to-back wins in the Big 12. That's huge. And the rest of your schedule, Arizona State, Texas Tech, yeah, Texas Tech is a good team. Arizona State is a good team as well, but I don't think that there's any hope lost from this West Virginia team. Now, if you would have said this 3 weeks ago after the Utah game or after the TCU game, yeah, there might have been a lot of, what's the term? Upside down faces, sad faces, long faces. Now I think people are happy for what they're seeing, and potentially you win 2 games, you're in a bowl game. I don't think people expected that, obviously, when they were 2-6, but right now, let's just talk about who had a great game on offense. Aside from Scotty Fox, Curtis Jones, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had a pretty good game. Whoa, we got a lot of wind coming. I wish I could turn the camera around. We got a tornado of trash basically in the air right now. We're doing this live, so I mean, there's no cuts. A trash tornadoes flying around the stadium. But as you can see, final score 29-22. So let's get back to talking about this game. We talked about the defense a lot. We talked about Scotty Fox. Now, overall, how is this team progressing? Well, we've seen Scotty Fox in a lot of, few opportunities this season, and in another complete game. Now, I say complete game. I don't want to keep making the joke, but this is the last time I'm going to make that joke, because obviously earlier in the year, it seemed like Rich Rod was treating his quarterbacks kind of like pitchers. Okay, this guy can come in for a few innings, come out, this guy switch it out. Now, Scotty Fox is going complete game, trusted with the offense, and doing a pretty good job at that. Now, obviously, the 2 interceptions, those pretty bad throws. Those can be cleaned up, obviously, when you watch film. He's a young quarterback, so I'm sure Rich Rodriguez is going to talk about, well, freshman things happening again. But all around across the board, you beat a pretty solid Colorado team. Now, records were the same, so you take a little bit of a lead in the Big 12 standings over Colorado now because they have 7 losses. But altogether, this was a complete win from West Virginia. We hadn't really seen a complete win since the Pitt game. Obviously, it's been a long time since we've seen the defense play at a level like that. Last week, we had the pick 6, a few other plays, in that game. But this week was a defensive dominant showing. The linebackers, the front 4, even the secondary. Michael Coates having a lot of great plays, batting balls down, not allowing wide receivers to really get any separation against them. Jordan Scruggs as well. So we can talk about the offense, how they're still kind of progressing. And to be fair, a lot of the best players on the offense, I don't have to repeat myself, they are injured. So the offense, yes, is going to continue to be a work in progress until guys can get healthy and guys can get more comfortable. But from the defensive side of the ball, Zach Alley's defense looks legit. So after you win 29-22, two-game winning streak. I'm sure fans are riding high, and honestly, for good reason. You won two games in a row, which if this was going after the Utah game or maybe even after the UCF game, I don't think fans would have expected to see two back-to-back wins this season. But here you have it. You heard Country Roads after this game. You know, you beat Pitt, you beat another Big 12 opponent, so there's 4 wins you have right now: Houston, Pitt, obviously RMU, and now Colorado. So in decent shape in the Big 12. Now, we're not going to be playing for a national title in this season. You're not going to be playing for the Big 12 championship, barring any catastrophic, results from the next few games. This is a team that has 2 more games left. If they win them, they will be in a bowl game, which is huge step from where we were 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, as we conclude right here, it was a pretty good game. And I don't want to keep saying it, but obviously you can't get overstated enough. This defense played exceptional. Maybe even the best defensive game of the year, maybe aside from the Pitt game. But Julian Lewis did not have a single second of clarity in that pocket for most times. There was many moments in this game where Lewis had to move out of the pocket. And you saw later in the game where he's moving out of the pocket, almost like a chess move. Zach Alley's wanting him to move out of the pocket, forcing more pressure on him. And it seemed like it worked out in West Virginia's favor. Yeah, you got a few big plays. You let up a few gashers earlier in the game. But when are you not going to stop another team that has a bunch of other D1 players? So you're going to let those go once in a while. West Virginia, 29 points in a Big 12 game. Back-to-back weeks are scoring above 25. Pretty good. So, from the 5 Sports Show, I'm Cam Murray. Check out the highlights on our Facebook and, of course, on our website at WDTV.com. That's all from me here at Milan Puskar Stadium. 29-22 is your final score, and West Virginia wins 2 games in a row, Houston and now Colorado.